Hello, welcome to Xtreme POS. So once you open the software at first, this is how the interface looks like. So you can start logging in by entering your username and password. Then you click sign in. So once you sign in, this is your dashboard. This is an administrative dashboard where you see the number of users, the number of line items that you need to reorder, then the sales you've done today and then yesterday. So you can the setup you go to users. Admin only can add a new user. So without an administrator, the new user cannot be added because of security issues. So you go to new user, then you enter the user details, and then you check the access that the user can have to access things, and then you can select which shop or which branch of your shop that the user is at. So this user having that particular type of shop will limit that user to that particular shop only. So this user will be able to work on this particular area of the shop. So to add more shops, you go to shops, then you go to new shop. So the shop name, a branch. So if I do Bovel, East Legon address, East Legon. So let me say I do something like this, then I submit, successful. So now when we are adding a new user, or if we are dealing with an existing user, we will have two options, Bovel is Legon, Bovel ACP. So whichever we choose for the user, that that will be what the data will show to that particular user. So after a user is added, then we go to adding of items. So you can import item from SL. So you go to SL, then you download the template from here. Once you click on it, then after you fill up the details, you browse, you choose the file, and then submit, and it will be added up for you. If not, and you want to add the items one by one, you go to new item, then the item you give it a code or the item by barcode. So the barcode you can generate some by yourself or you can do it. So let's say I do milk 001 for milk, then uh, I type mom mom milk. So let's say this milk is called mom milk. Mom milk. Category is milk. Okay. Supplier, if you don't know, it's not compulsory, you can skip it. Then how much did it cost you for the tin of the milk? Let's say for 50 pesos and you're selling it for 6 cedis. And how much quantity? You put zero here if you want to use the accounting. When is it expiring? You can go like let's say August 2022, and then reorder level. When it's getting to one, alert us. So when it gets to this period, the software will alert you to know that you have some item that's expiring. So submit, successful, mom's milk. So let's say you have gone to bring in more supplies of mom's milk. You go to receivings, then you type the mom milk. It appears you increase the quantity. Let's say you took 100 tins of milk, you hit update. So once you hit update, this is multiplied by this for it to go. Okay, so who is the supplier? You select the supplier. If the supplier doesn't exist, you click on new supplier to add the new supplier. So I go to the supplier, the waybill number that was on supplier's invoice. Did I pay for this item? If I paid half, let's say we pay something like 300 cedis, we did not pay the whole 450, hit 300. So you hit finish. Ask you, are you sure? You click OK, I'm sure. So it's submitted. So we are owing the supplier 150 cedis. So we will now be able to monitor when we go to the supplier's account. So right now we have added a quantity of 100 pieces of mom's milk. So if I go to my item list, this is mom milk 100 quantity. So I can also search, then it will just limit it for me. If I go to details, so this is like my bank card. So it shows that I initially manually edited by adding the item, and then I have also added the quantity. So now that this is done, we can go ahead and sell our item. So to sell, you go to in-store sale, then you type mom's milk to add it to the cart. How many is the person buying? Let's say 20 pieces or 20 things. You hit update. I change and I hit update. I can add as many items as I want. If let's say this person is buying forever bath accessories, okay, so it did not add because if item is not in stock, you will not be able to sell. So that item wasn't in stock. So that's why it gave that yellow warning sign. If I choose this item, it's also not in stock. This one not in stock. Okay, basically. So this one is in stock. Carrot seed coriander powder 35. So let's say that one, I don't know how many in stock. I will leave it at one. So who is the customer? If you don't have any customer, you click on new customer to add the customer details. So I'm going to select this customer, and then the, the total amount is 150 55. So this is 155. So let's say this person gave me 200 Ghana cedis. Type 200 Ghana cedis. If there's any discount, you can give it here. If there's any comment, you can give the comment. So I hit complete sale. So the sales is completed, and this is what I have as my receipt to print for the customer. So this customer 155, 200. So we need to give a change of 45 cedis to the customer. Okay. So you can save as PDF, or you can choose a printer and then print. So it's basically as simple as that. Once sales is done, you can just click on this icon. You come back to sales to sell again. So now if we go back to our home page under the administrative dashboard, You see item that was bought today is 155. So you just the shop or the store manager can now request this money from the salespeople. Okay, so once this is done, um, we can also go to the items, go to the mom milk. Then we see that now our quantity is 80. It was 100, we sold 20. So if we go to details of it, it's now showing us the 80, so minus 20 from 100. That's where we have this 80. That's our bank card, what is showing to us. So aside this, the manager can go to reports. So under the reports, we have various reports. You can view reports per sale, per category, per customer, per supplier, per item. So if I go to item, then select which period I want to view. So yesterday, last 7 days, this month, last month, this year, last year, all the time. All the time means ever since we started using the software. So once, if you want to export to Excel, you choose yes. If no, if you just want to preview, you just choose no. So once you select this, no need to select this date. So you submit. Okay, so this one I've chosen all the time. So because I just saw only this today, I have not been selling much. So it is showing us all the various sales that has happened, and you see that we have another step 2. You can click here and go to 100 so that you can view more of this sheet at once. So we have the month, which is today's date, and then we this was the cost price, selling price, quantity. Then we have the subtotal, we have the total cost. So the cost of sale is the total sales, and this is the profit that we have made. Okay, so in accumulation, it gives you all the totals as well, and it gives you all the various items. So let's say suppose I choose only today, so I go to items and the summary report, I choose today, and then I submit. It will give me only today's sales because I just did the sales today. So this one was the carrot seed that I sold, and this is the month's milk I sold. So you can see the report nicely displayed. So you can, there's another side of the report. You can go to details report. The first one, you choose sales. Today's sales, you submit. It give you the report in category. So you see the reports according to the category that they are in. Okay, so you can go back. You can also do in-store sales report today. You submit. It's asking you, are you sure? You click OK. So it's also show you. So this one show you more into details, who sold it to whom, and then at what price, and then how much the money the person gave to the cashier. It gives you all these details and then give you the various items that were bought. And then they calculate your profits for you per the profit margins that you set. So basically this is on the report. You can also have an inventory report which will show you all your stock. So you can go to inventory summary, and then it will give you all your stock. If you want to export to Excel, you choose yes. If no, you want to just preview, you choose no. And then it will give you the total worth of goods at your shop or your company, and then it shows all the details. If you want to view more, you choose 100, then it will expand the sheet for you. So you can use this one to cross check your stock. But then we also have a stock sheet. So this is a stock sheet. You can print it out and use it to take your stock if you want to do that. So that is, if you print it out, you can now use this stock sheet to check the quantities available, then the quantities on the shelf. You use pen to write them here to compare. Okay, so basically, this is low inventory. This low inventory is telling you items that are finishing that you need to bring more. You choose no to preview. So these are items that are finishing according to the reorder level you set. So it will also show you. So these are the various functions in the software. Um, if we now want to see the items we have received within certain period, you go to receiving report, then you go to the report details, you select the period you want to view. Same thing yesterday, last 7 days, this month, last month, this year, last year, all the time. All the time means ever since you started using the software. So you select today, submit, then it gives you the item, who receive it, from which supplier, at what cost. So it give you this. Okay, so now this supplier, we did not pay the whole of this amount, we paid some. So if you go to accounting and then we go to suppliers account, then it shows that this supplier is having a credit of this and a debit of this, and then this balance. So this supplier, we had already done some transactions already in the process. So that's why we had that. Okay. So the details is popping up this error, which will be fixed later on. Okay, so you can go here, you see the list of your suppliers. You see the list of your customers by going here, and then on the shops you have your various shops, and you can add new shop. We have shop items. These ones, when an item is transferred into a particular shop, then they can confirm if the item was received or not. So these are the various stock on various branches or various locations. So you can also have your pro forma or estimate. So you can generate a new pro forma from here, and it will not affect your stock. Okay. Um, you can also assign employees to have their own reports, so then they can check their sales after. You can set an SMS, various SMS details to your customers or for payment on balance and all that. The system automatically issue those messages. Okay, so basically this is the overview of Xtreme POS. If you need it to be customized to suit how you work, we can do it for you. It's having an accounting, a complete account package, which may also come with a different cost. So you have a chart of account where you can create new account and give the account code, add your banks and set the various accounting levels. So you go to new account, you give the account a code, you select whether it's a revenue, expense, current asset, fixed asset, capital, long-term liability or short-term liability. Then you give the account a name. Then you select if it's a sub account of any other account. You give a remark and then you submit. Okay. Once that is done, it will be part of this chart of account list, and you can now utilize those accounts. So if I go to accounts again, we have customers account if you are doing credit sales. So then some of the customers may be owing or some may be paying deposits to take items. So these are the various customers that you have, and then if they do credit sales, yeah, the accounts may be indicated there. Um, you can receive bills and pay them later, and then like if you want to pay the bills that you receive, you click here and receive payment, which is not based on sale. And you can also do journal entry. So you can do journals, the various account that you set up at the chart of account will appear here, and you can do journals by entering debit, credit, and then submitting them to uh, your various accounts. And this gives you a trial balance, uh, of which your accounts should be balanced. Both debit and the credit side should be balanced based on the various accounts. So your expenses, yeah. So if you want to see the expenses ledger, you click on it, then to show you the expenses ledger where you see the various entries and then the comments that was given when they were passing those accounts. So basically, this is a very comprehensive, good software, easy to use.